Hi, this is Majinoni, and here's my review for Fear Itself Book 4 and Flashpoint Book 3. I figured I'd do these two books since these are the books that most of you guys are probably wanting to know about. Let's do Flashpoint first. I think so far, issue 3 is definitely the strongest of the issues that have come out so far. Basically, you still have a distrust between Wayne and Barry, but keep in mind that's just one-sided, with Wayne going against Barry. But as the events are unfolding in the issue, you can tell that he's slowly believing what he's saying. I mean, just not 100%, but at least things are like starting to make sense in the sense of here's this guy, he gets hit by lightning a couple times, and now he's the Flash type thing. You also have what's going on with Cyborg and the government and the battle between Atlantis and the Amazons. And I thought this, like, for example, when Barry Allen got Wayne to take him outside to get hit by lightning again, I thought this whole sequence is pretty cool here in terms of the artwork. Then you have Barry Allen activating his powers, saving Wayne. And I think that this, part right here also helps solidify that, hey, this guy's legit. Because, to be honest with you, if he was up to no good, you just let him die, type thing. Now we get a little bit of, this is the part where I start to get a little bit more excited. You have Lois Lane in the Resistance in the UK, and she hooks up with the Resistance, and there's Rifter. So I'm really curious to see now how Wildstorm fits into, the Wildstorm characters are fitting into all of this. Personally, I think this is a great idea, bringing the Wildstorm characters in here, because, they're not being used, and a lot of these characters are actually, they're really good. Unfortunately, I know you're not going to be able to see the authority of old, but at least you're going to see these characters in use, and they'll be used a little bit better, I think, as a whole. From there, Wayne, Flash, and convince Cyborg to take them to where that Project Superman, because basically what's happening is, as you would expect, Barry Allen's trying to recreate the Justice League, and the Reverse Flash is also trying to destroy the Justice League. He already took out Hal out of the equation, so now they're going for Superman. And I thought when you actually see Superman, he's kind of different looking, in the sense of, here's a guy who's been locked away, he's never seen the sun, and he's not even close to being powered up to what he should be. So I'm really curious to see where that's going to go. And of course, they have to make the daring escape at the end of the issue. Now, this, like I said, this was really strong. The Flashpoint is slowly building, and this was probably definitely my favorite of the 3 issues. Now on to Fear Itself. Now with Fear Itself issue, like the second issue, that thing was kind of jumbled around. They sent you here, sent you there, give you little snapshots of what's going on in the world. This one brings you right back into the main story. So I appreciated that. We do get the final fate of Bucky in this issue, and as you can imagine, it's not good. Now, you can definitely see the hole in his chest. Personally, I think this is a sucky way for Bucky to get killed. I would always imagine if Bucky was going to get killed again, it would be maybe something a little bit more heroic, and in Cap's book. But this is in, an event book, and his death seems a little bit cheap and meaningless. But at the same time, while it does seem cheap and meaningless, he was a popular character that they just took out. Now, of course, maybe they'll bring him back, since he's half cyborg anyways. I don't know. But, we'll see how that goes. Now you also get a snapshot, a 2-page spread of, this is where all the Fear agents are, and this is what's going on. So, I preferred this style versus every, 2 pages of this, 2 pages of that, and then now all you did is just get a rehab. I mean, you just got no story, you just got what's going on. with all these other characters, which you could have handled other ways, especially since, like, the Juggernaut's basically in almost every single Fear Itself tie-in this week. From there, you have the return of Thor on Earth, gathering the heroes. Steve Rogers puts the costume back on, and they basically go to take care of business. You have Akumas in the ocean. You have the Serpent powering up. Captain America goes down to take care of Sin. Iron Man goes to make a deal with Odin. And Thor goes after the Serpent himself. The Serpent wants none of this, and he teleports Thor. Now, I'm going to spoil the last page because I really love this sequence here. You have basically, Serpent and the Fear Agents living off of fear, and you have Thor going, look, it's prophesied I'm going to die, and I'm going to go out in a blaze of glory type thing, and here he goes at the very end, and he's like, of course, the Serpent's two greatest fear mongrels, well, and then he's like, do I look like look afraid to you? And this is going to be one hell of a fight. You got Thor versus Hulk and the Thing, and then that's going to be just a killer fight. I cannot wait to the next issue to see this. And also what I liked is how they broke down, this is what's going to happen in book 5, and if you want to know what's happening with Namor and Kuma, the Juggernaut, and the deal with that Iron Man made, it tells you where to go. I thought this was really, really a step in the right direction. Like, for an example, Flashpoint here, granted, here's Flashpoint, and this is your key story, but, look at all these other issues. You have no idea what's going on. Like, I mean, you can assume where Steve Trevor might be, but you don't know where he is, and especially if they make a reference to him in this book. So, what I wish they did was mapped it out a little better by saying, okay, to find out what happened to Steve Trevor, you have to go to the Wonder Woman story, and if the Lois Lane story covers it, then that would have been nice to see there, because it's kind of confusing in the sense of you have Steve Trevor's part of the trying to get to the Resistance. Lois Lane is trying to get to the Resistance, so that's why, which story is he in? I mean, you can assume he's in Wonder Woman, but you just, it would have been more helpful to break it down better, like that. And then you also know which books are complete nonsense that don't matter, like Legion of Doom. That doesn't matter, so far at least. The Frankenstein, it's playing absolutely no part to this, so far. So, I know I'm jumping around a bit, but in the Flashpoint you do get the character sketches, which I thought was really nice. Now, I know the next question is, which book is better? Well, I'll say this way. Flashpoint is basically a roller coaster so far. It's going up slowly, and what you're hoping for is awesome, steep, fast drop. That's going to take you on twists and turns and loops. That's what you're hoping for, and that's the way it's starting. Fear Itself, I guess you can say Fear Itself is basically like, imagine yourself on a football field. Somebody throws the football and you catch it, and suddenly the Oakland Raiders are charging you, and they're trying to smear you because they want that football back. And it's utter chaos. Things are going nuts. You're just trying to survive, and that's basically Fear Itself. Fear Itself, while you can tell that there's a centralized plot line, there's so much going on everywhere that it's a little bit harder to keep track. In Flashpoint, I can just read this, and I got it. Granted, if I read some of these miniseries along the way, I'm going to get more, flush them out better. But this one here, it's like I said, Juggernaut's in so many different books. And, like, for an example, you see this with the Grey Gargoyle, but you have no clue what's going on. You have to read Iron Man to see what happened with this one. And well, I think the tie-ins are working so far. At least the ones I've read are working really, really good with this. It's just a little bit more chaotic. Now, I don't mind the chaos. I can thrive on chaos to a point because I think it's helping setting the tone of what's going on. You know, where things are just being turned upside down, and so I don't mind that. So it's basically, what style are you looking for? I think right now it's still a little bit too early to tell which is the better of the two books. I think we'll know much, like when we get to the end. At least with Fear itself, we get 7 issues, so this way they can hopefully they can flesh out the story better. But on the other hand, with Flashpoint, with it being only 5, maybe they can cut out a lot of the excess nonsense, and hopefully they'll leave a tighter story. Anyways, that's my review of these 2 books. If you have any comments or questions, let me know. Rate the video up or down, let me know what you think, and I'll have more reviews up later. So until next time.